episode of You Reaching or Teaching. I'm your host, Derek.
And I'm your boy, Aaron.
How you doing today, my boy?
I'm pretty good, Is ready to get the first week of classes back done and over with. Because I don't think it's gonna be bad. I'm just not in school mode right now.
No, I
That's
get it.
all.
I get it completely. I'm never in school mode, so I understand. I understand completely, man. But yeah, this weekend has been pretty good for myself. Just got back not too long ago from a conference, but I'm here now.
hmm
Here now. You watching basketball over the weekend?
I didn't catch the games. I went back and watched them over YouTube,
Yeah,
but
and
I was keeping track with the live scores though.
listen, that Nuggets and Celtics game was lit, my boy. Like if that's gonna be the finals, like I'm looking forward to it.
Man, look, I just sent that face palm emoji when you text me during the game because I just didn't like some of the calls that was happening. That was just me because the refs in the NBA, Lord have
You
mercy. But
know,
anyway,
Russ gonna be the refs. Russ gonna be the refs. But nah, it was a good game though, man. Nuggets they ended the
excuse
home
me.
streak of the Celtics, man. But like I said, man, if that's the finals matchup, most likely I'm looking forward to it.
It'll,
It'll definitely go game seven.
it'll be entertaining for sure.
Definitely, definitely. How you feel about um Udonis Haslem jersey retirement? How you feel about that? Shout out what before we even get in that, shout out to Wade, Dwayne Wade for Miami. He is giving him a statue. So congrats to D Wade. He deserved it. Um,
Congratulations.
what do you well let's just go ahead and get in Haslem right quick. How you feel about
hmm
jersey retirement?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet as best as I can. I low key agree with Paul Pierce. Like when you look at UD career, was it a good career? Absolutely. But is it this Hall of Fame jersey retirement career? I don't know about all that. It's I just don't know. I think that he deserves to get his respect for what he did for the organization. But
Yeah.
that's like the Spurs retiring LaMarcus Aldridge's jersey. Like he was here, he had an impact, but it won't like an impact.
Yeah.
So that's just how I see it. But oh well, they retiring it. Congratulations.
I pretty much said the same thing. Congrats to him, but if you if you want to look at like his stats, and of course during those early Miami days, even when LeBron got on the team, he contributed. He contributed more during that '06 championship, I
hmm
believe, in my opinion, more than the 2011 through 2014 seasons. And uh, once again, shout out, shout out to him. But me personally, I don't think he did. I ain't gonna say he don't deserve it, but if what is the Miami doing that is like, what is the criteria for having your jersey
hmm
retired now? Like, is it just being loyal to the team, like just hold it down, be able to make some sacrifices, take the veterans minimum to stay
hmm
on the team, to stay on the bench, just to be the veteran on the team, coach the players in the locker room, coach the players on the bench. Like, I mean, if that's the criteria now,
hmm
I don't know. It might be a lot of more jerseys that need to be retired around the league.
For real. The Spurs need to retire Steve Kerr's jersey if we're gonna do that, and then the Bulls need to retire his jersey too. It is already not retired. Um, if that's like the standard, but
That's the case, even though he wasn't consistent. But I feel like the Lakers can retire Derek Fisher's jersey.
hmm
If that's the case, I mean, he was a big part in all the championships.
he was.
And, and I mean, I guess it is what it is. Shout out to Udonis Haslem, but me personally, I don't. For career wise, I don't think he deserved it. But just being loyal to the team and whatever part that he played for the young players, shout out to him.
Yeah,
But
because I'm looking at his stats, bro. He averaged 7 and 6 for his career. Um, he played like a hefty amount of minutes, but other than that, I'm not seeing anything. The championship. They won. He got 3 rings, 06, 12, and 13.
yeah,
Um, he's the longest tenured player in Miami's history, especially since he's from Florida. But that's about it. I saw someone try to compare this to like Ben Wallace, and I was like, no, Ben Wallace was what 3, 4 time Defensive Player of the Year, multi-time All-Star, like
that's
led the
not,
league, his team in rebounds and blocks. Like, nah,
yeah,
that's not the same.
that's not even a good comparison. I don't, you can't even really compare him to anything, honestly, because he don't even have any accolades outside the championships. So you can't. That was a dumb comparison.
Yeah,
That was
that's I didn't agree with that, but
people. Oh, people gonna say whatever anyway.
no, that's so true.
They're gonna try to start a debate where there's no debate.
Hmm.
But getting back to Wade having a statue, is there anyone? Is there anyone do you think deserves a statue that don't have one already
Deserves. I would say Pau Gasol.
in LA?
I would say Pau Gasol in LA and Mark Gasol in Memphis.
I, yeah. Well, yeah. I'll say Mark in Memphis
Okay.
more than Powell. No
In
disrespect
LA.
to Powell.
Okay. That's fair.
No disrespect to Powell. The jersey retirement is cool. I think he
Okay.
deserves that, but a statue,
Got you.
I don't know. I
I
can't
got you.
can't put him that high. Like you get a statue, is like you change that franchise completely around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and not saying he's not a legend or anything like that, but you got to be top of the top.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
That's true.
uh,
That's very true.
but yeah, I agree with Mark. I would say Reggie Miller
Okay.
in Indiana.
I agree with that.
I say AI in Philly. Who else? Mm,
That's really all I got to
yeah,
from
yeah.
for me.
Outside of them two, yeah, outside of them two, because what? Uh, Lakers, we got Shaq already. We got West,
Hmm.
Magic. We got Kareem out there, and
Yep.
Kareem. I'm not sure if Wilk out there or not.
No, I know Will actually I think Will has one. I think because I know he has one in Philly and he has one in Golden State.
Oh yeah, Elijah one.
Yeah, Elijah one. Damn, you right. I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking.
I think the Rockets definitely should make that happen.
Yeah, definitely Elijah one. I didn't even think about that. I'm over here thinking he got one.
Yeah. So him, if you want to add a second person, you may can add. I don't know. It might be a reach. You may can add Clad Drax to that too.
I wouldn't give him a statue there. I would give him one
In
in
Portland.
Detroit, in Portland. Yeah.
Mm, true.
Does Isaiah Thomas have one in Detroit?
I don't think so.
Then Isaiah Thomas. Definitely Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that deserve one. Honestly,
Yeah.
even if like I mean, shoot, if Haslam getting his jersey retired, I know y'all can make some things happen.
No, seriously. That's the
That's
new standard now. You just got to be there, play a little bit, have a good playoff run. Don't be no all-star. Don't be no all NBA first team, nothing. Just show up, shake the hands, play your contracts through, and yep, give me my jersey retirement. Thank you.
that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You know what I was thinking about? Um I seen I don't know, was it over this weekend or it was sometime last week, but I think Tatum had gave props to Jabari Parker
Mm,
because he was the main person. He was one of the main reasons why he went to Duke. Because he just looked after his game and everything like that. And I
hmm.
see, he's playing overseas right now, and I know he had hit a game winner over there and everything like that.
Yeah.
Just looking like he was one of the ones like coming out of high school, similar to Tatum, because I always thought just looking at Wiggins and Tatum in high school, I thought Tatum should have been the number one player coming
Mm,
out of high school as well as college, honestly.
mm.
Same thing with Parker, but I was I was like I was like Parker. I wish Parker had the career that Wiggins had.
Yeah.
'Cause
You know,
the way Wiggins is playing right now, and like Wiggins had did Wiggins win Rookie of the Year?
yeah.
Okay, so outside of like that first year or two, and then maybe I think he had like one good season in Minnesota,
Minnesota.
and then when he got to the Warriors, the championship year.
Hmm.
Outside of those, maybe like 3 to 4 years, like Wiggins, like you supposed to be the man, like,
Hmm.
and the way, like, just the game, like Jabari Parker's game, like I feel like he was like a complete player, like he was
Yeah.
score, like he was smart. He
Hmm.
was going to shoot just anything like that, man. Just his game kind of what his game kind of resembles.
It's
It's
close to
got
T
Melo,
Max.
T Mac.
I was thinking T Mac.
He got some T Mac in him. I see some Melo in him as well. Just like this post, like his post work.
Hmm.
Um, but I was like, damn, like if injuries didn't happen, like I wish he was still in the league. Like I think him and Giannis would have been. I think they would have complimented.
They would
Compliment.
have been, yeah, because they would have been better than him and Middleton together, realistically.
Yeah, I believe that. So when I seen that, I was like, damn, I wish Jabari Parker was still in the league, man, because I thought he was gonna be a great basketball player. Well, he still is.
Hmm.
He still is. I thought he was gonna be a great NBA basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's
that's another
the
thing too. Like this is just a tangent, but I hate when people like discredit overseas players. Like it's still professional basketball. Like
hmm.
y'all, like when people start doing it, I'm like, what? How can you hate on him? He's still getting paid. He might be
Yeah.
paid more over there, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So you can't be mad at that. I mean, he's still in shape, still playing professional basketball, and
Hmm.
they still got an opportunity to come back in the league. So
Look, money hit differently overseas, especially in China and like the Asian leagues. You make a lot of money, especially if you're a very high profile player like Dwight Howard up in Taiwan. Man was playing like Will Chamberlain, get you 30 and 20 a night. Of
yep,
course they was gonna give him all that money. And then I know before Eric Bledsoe got into some trouble, when he went over there, he over there averaging 25 and or
crazy.
third going crazy, getting 50-point games. We're like, where was this in the NBA? I'm like, that just shows you how competitive both leagues are
Hmm.
because not ev- like the NBA is like the pinnacle of competition, but don't sleep overseas because we got people who come over and they do great.
Right.
Like even LaMelo said playing overseas helped him a lot when he was in Australia. So,
Exactly. I think it probably prepare players better instead of
mhm,
going to like the G League. And that's
mhm.
another thing too. Like you can see like the big gap in the skill set when you talk about the G League versus
Yeah.
the NBA. Is like some players you see go to the G, they be like, why is he? You know, he could be used on a roster, but then at the same time, there are some players that be going crazy in the G League, like they be like G
Hmm.
League MVP and first team and whatever, but they get in the league and barely do anything. So I'm like, what
Yep.
different? Like, of course I know the difference, but I'm like, bro, if you able to do that over here, why can't you use that ability to do it in the NBA? But it's
Hmm.
crazy how that gap is. I'm not sure if it's just the preparation or what, like, but it's crazy when I be seeing that, like, what's his name, Imani Bates,
Hmm.
um,
He going crazy in the G
he
League.
going stupid. He's going stupid, but he was another one that I think he's a good talent. He definitely was a baller coming out of high school. Um, I just I felt like he needed to be in college. I did feel like he needed to develop more. Like
Yeah.
I think he could score, but I think he needed to add more things to his game. um, especially like defensively and everything like that. Like, but I think that's I
You
think that's
know,
a topic we can have another episode, like the difference between like the G League overseas and the NBA.
it's just when it comes to situations like that with players who do great in the G League and they transition, it's because it's like, you got a different role. Like if Amani Bates is signed on for Cleveland for the rest of the season, do I think he can be a good contributor? Absolutely. But you're not Donovan Mitchell and you're not getting those touches like you were because you got Donovan Mitchell there, especially when Darius Garland gets back in the mix. And then you have Evan Mobley who can score. He give you 18 and 11 a night, 19 and 11 a night. Amani Bates probably gonna just have to be a great 14 points a night. Like those 14 points is gonna have to be amazing. You're gonna have to just basically be Bobby Portis. But can he handle that though and not go and not have 27? Like, can he be fine with that? That's where some of the transition is hard for some players, is letting that go of dang, I wasn't just starting, I was leading scoring, I was leading this category. Like I had the ball in my hands to you just playing like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think that would help separate a lot of players, especially when it comes to like a team sport. Like just having that mentality where it's like, okay, I was the man coming up all through high school, man in
Mm-hmm.
college, but then when I get on this NBA team, they don't really need me to be the main guy on the team. So how can I push my ego to the side and just be able to contribute what they need from me, not ball hogging and trying to
Mm-hmm.
make all the plays happen and everything like that. But how can I, shout out once again, shout out to Russ. How can I just take that step back and pick my spots, play my role on the team? So I think that will help separate a lot of people as well
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to when it comes to any league, honestly.
Yes.
You can't if you can't you gotta be selfless. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just think about yourself when it's a
Mm-hmm.
sport. Like you can't just want all the highlights, you can't just want all the stats because you want to get offers and D1 offers and whatnot. Nah, man, they're not gonna look your way when they start looking at the record like, okay, you scoring all these points, but why y'all not winning games? So
Yep.
that don't even matter. So you gotta find ways to um still be you, but
Mm-hmm.
be able to help others. Be able to, especially a guard, be able to facilitate others and do whatever to make that team better and not just yourself.
Yeah, because it's like some people don't, and I'm gonna make this quick. Some people don't look at the small things some players do to stay in the league, like Patrick Beverly, Ricky Rubio, a Udonis Haslem, I'm blanking. Think of another role player, Jamal Crawford,
Okay,
um,
yeah.
JJ Redick. Like a lot of players don't want to do those things because no, those guys aren't getting a lot of highlights. Those guys aren't getting, 40, like 30 minutes a night. But you can ask the teams in the recent past few years, the Warriors, not the Warriors, shoot, the Lakers. You can ask Minnesota. Um, you can ask them how important Patrick Beverly was to their team, and they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, he the dude who gonna go out there and he gonna break his neck. He gonna get you probably like 4 points, a rebound, and 3 assists. But he's reliable. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna work hard, and nobody wants to. I don't want to say nobody. Not a lot of people want to be that guy. They don't want to go out there and sacrifice stats for the team, and that's where someone has to be honest with themselves and, like you said, be selfless. Selfless.
Yep. Makes him to like a throwback to like early Lakers, like Jordan Farmar, Sasha,
Mm-hmm.
like those role players, Shannon Brown just coming off the bench. I'm not saying these like main guys or anything like that, but they just know their role for the team.
Yep.
Trevor Ariza is a good one. Like
Perfect example.
he just know his role for the team. He's a defensive guy. Ron
Hmm.
Artest, he's a defensive guy. So if he can go out there and play defense on the other team's best player, best perimeter player. Cool, that's what you do, and then everybody else that has the strengths on the offensive end, they can do that. So, and they said, the best offense is good defense anyway. So,
Yep.
yep. So we're gonna get into some results from the last episode. So these was the games from January 7th through the 13th, and we both ended 8-5.
All right.
Yep. So Lakers defeated Clippers. Clippers defeated Suns. Grizzlies defeated Mavericks. Lakers defeated Raptors. Pelicans defeated Warriors. Jazz defeated Nuggets. You called that one. Cavs, Nets. Bucks defeated Celtics. Suns defeated Lakers. 76ers defeated Kings. Nuggets defeated Pelicans. Jazz defeated Lakers. And Bucks defeated the Warriors. All right, so for Sunday, January 21st, we have Trailblazers versus the Lakers. Who you rocking with?
We lost this last time. No, we didn't lose it. We didn't win that good.
Nah, not by mine.
No, I'm gonna go us. We gonna barely win again, but I'm glad this ain't Utah because I'll pick Utah.
They they're on a good streak right now. They done beat a lot of top teams. So
because they play team ball, like they play their roles. You see Sexton's his role, Markin is doing his role. What's it called? Jordan Clarkson. I think they're gonna move off of him, but
so
I think so. I don't know why, because he's a good six man for that team, but they're gonna move off of him. But they're a complete team. They just don't have star power. That's just it.
that's true. I think if they get one, they just need one. And I've seen, I think someone talked about that over. I was watching sports, and I don't know who said it, but you know how teams, especially after like Boston, and the Heat, teams started, wanting two or more stars on the team. They thought that was the recipe, the formula for a championship. But
Mm-hmm.
you look at teams like Dirk, 11, who else? Giannis,
The Nuggets.
the Nuggets, like it's just team basketball. Like just have that one star player on your team that can just change the game completely, and then have great role players, even borderline all-star players on your team, like a Jamal Murray. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's close to it. I'm not sure. That's another discussion too. I'm gonna save that. But yeah, like you don't necessarily need that two or more star players on your team anymore. Like just play team ball. That's how it's always been. Let's see what we got next. Oh yeah, I'm going Lakers as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Monday the 22nd, we have Spurs and 76ers.
Definitely give me the 76ers.
Thanks. Going 76 as well. Then we have Hawks and Kings.
Give me the Kings. Yes, sir. Like the bean.
What's that beam, man?
Look. Real quick though, shout out to everybody who listens to the show. Shout out to everybody who interact with us online. We appreciate all of y'all. But one of our followers, he does content with this bigger YouTube network called Players Choice, and one of the guys on there, his name is Ox. He's a Kings fan. So when they talk about the King, that's all it is like the beam. And he done got me sold on that. I'm like, I like the beam. Go ahead.
Like the beam, man. I'm going opposite. I'm going Hawks.
Okay.
I'm going with the Hawks. I see Murray that hit 2 back-to-back game winners. I guess he trying to
Of that trade value.
I'm about to say I don't I don't know what he trying to prove. He trying to boost some up. I don't know. I seen the report under my phone that says the Lakers and the Knicks are in conversations as well.
I saw the Bucks in conversation. I was like, damn, y'all just got Dame.
So what? Yeah, that was a weird one for me. So I was looking. I was like, what would you give up? Honestly,
like realistically,
I
and
mean,
I think
what would you give
Milwaukee's
up? What would you give up? That's the same value.
not realistically. I'm not giving up nothing.
And I wouldn't give up Portis.
No, I'm not giving up Lopez.
Not giving up Lopez. I would say Grayson Allen, but
He in Phoenix.
I, oh,
Mm-hmm. He's
true.
in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, yeah. Um, who
Malik Beasley, you could give
Beasley
him up,
you could,
but that ain't the same.
yeah, I'm about to say you're gonna have to add either another. You have to add another player in, and probably like a draft pick or two. When you talk about Murray's value versus Beasley, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not too sure. Then for us, they was trying to throw D'Lo and somebody else in there, but
Oh, I'm fine with that one.
I'm
It
fine
was
with it.
it was D'Lo, Max Christie, the 2029 pick, and another pick. And I said, shit, give him Cam too. Fuck it. Like,
That it would be a good trade for us, not for
yeah.
them.
Nah.
It
Nah.
would be definitely good. What you thought about the Indiana trade?
One of my boys, shout out Tim, love you to death. He didn't like the trade, but me and my boy Polo, we liked it because it's like you didn't really lose nothing. Um,
Mm-mm.
because it's like you lost Bruce Brown, who he is a good defender, but he hasn't had the best year this year.
Yeah,
You lost what you call it? Jordan Nwaba.
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. So and he's just a shooter and he's a streaky shooter. And you lost like two picks, and then you got an all-star.
And they looking to move Bruce Brown again. So
Yeah, Bruce Brown may come to us.
yeah, I seen that too. So what I'm saying, but yeah, I like the trade.
I,
I thought it was a good pickup. I thought it was.
it's enough to make them either surprisingly the third seed or at worst the fifth seed. They'll be in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is Halliburton back yet or no?
I forget.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think Indiana made some good move for that. I think the Raptors made some good moves too, honestly, with the quickly and RJ
Hmm.
pickup. So
That was that was a very good move.
yeah, so all right. So for Tuesday, the 23rd, we have the Nets versus the Knicks.
Uh, I'll go with the Knicks.
I got the Knicks as well. And then we have the Lakers and Clippers.
Give me the Clippers. Give me the Clippers.
I said Clippers too because we did barely pulled out that last victory over them.
Barely is the right word.
I see their stadium coming up pretty good.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't think I'm sold on it right now, but it's gonna when it coming together, it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be like, oh, that's nice.
I'm sure I don't know, I can't pronounce the last Steve. I'm sure he
Hmm.
a twist of
Steve Ballmer, I think. Is
yeah,
this Ballmer?
I think so.
I could be wrong.
But
I
then
think
they
I'm wrong.
have like the Clipper section,
Yeah.
one of the ends where you just gotta wear Clippers paraphernalia or whatever.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's crazy that that section has like rules. um, like rules. It's like, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, don't come over here with no Lakers stuff.
nothing.
We kicking you out.
I don't care if you buy seats tickets or what, you going on the other side
Yep.
of the razor.
They
And
gonna come pick
over
you up.
here.
All right, come on, sir. What? Come on.
What you mean? Look, don't ask no questions.
You ain't rocking with us, we ain't rocking with you. Good up.
Yeah. All right. So Wednesday the 24th, we have the Suns versus the Mavericks.
Give me the Mavericks.
That's cool. I'll take. I'll take the Mavs as well. All right. Then we have the Thunder versus the Spurs.
Oh, the Thunder. That'll be a good game though.
I'm gonna take the Thunder as well. And then Thursday the 25th, we have Bulls Lakers.
I'll take us. I'll take the Lakers.
Same. And then we have Celtics and Heat.
Ooh, I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna say Miami.
They're playing in Miami. I'm gonna say Heat too.
I'm just it's something about that game just feel like they got it.
Then Kings and Warriors.
Kings.
Quick one.
Like the bean.
Like the big,
Like
I'm going Kings as well, man.
is that the name of this episode? Like the
Like the
bean?
bean. That's what it is. You called it. Like the bean.
Like the bean.
I said February. I'm ready for. Please, I don't want to rush this year at all.
Nah.
I don't want to rush this year at all. Friday, the 26th, we have Mavericks and Hawks.
Ooh. The Hawks could catch them on a bad day that game because Trey could just go crazy.
Great. And they just beat the Heat.
Yeah, and they just beat the Heat.
In Miami.
But I can't bet against Luka. That's the tough thing. That man dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna say Mavs, but I won't be mad if the Hawks win.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna go Hawks. And then Trailblazers, Spurs.
Move Spurs.
Same. And then lastly, Saturday, the 27th, Heat Knicks.
Damn, Derek. Why am I talking like you made the schedule? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Knicks. I'm gonna go Knicks.
I'm gonna go New York as well. Knicks. Then we have 76ers, Nuggets.
76ers. And B coming for him. And B coming for that man again. Look, he talking about he the MVP. You know, he's the best player in the league. Nah, stop throwing shade and B. Stop it.
Look, don't come to me after you don't won the game. You don't drop 40 on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to hear none of that.
He's amazing.
And that's why I'm going with the Nuggets. Jokic coming out. He gonna shut all that noise up. He gonna say, "You did say I'm the best in the league, so I'm about to prove it to you. I am the best in the league right now. So I am going to Nuggets."
Throwing that shot from like back here, throwing that joint,
crazy.
launching it.
And it be going in. Look,
he gonna be doing one-legged step backs from half court just to prove it. And watch he make one.
Make it. Man, that man is ridiculous. But then lastly, we have Lakers, Warriors.
Oh, Lakers. The Warriors are cooked, man. They cook like Christmas ham, bro. It's over.
Like that like that burnt bacon we be having in the kitchen.
y'all can't have the stove one too high, man.
It ain't even that, man. Listen, I want to tell y'all this, audience, man. I ain't used to nothing good. We not used to nothing good, man. Stuff in this apartment work too good. Like you can't leave nothing in the oven. I don't care what the directions say. You gotta check that thing every 2 minutes. And if we talk about bacon, you just gotta look. You just gotta stay in the kitchen. Because everything.
Jesus, you just gotta watch it like a hawk.
Stare at it. Yeah, but yeah, that's our predictions for this week. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. But we're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back.
Unfiltered Brothers is on Patreon. Be sure to become a member and show your support for the podcast. Your support will help us invest in our business to help the podcast grow and expand our brand. There are 3 tiers you can choose from. Get early access to the audio and video a day before the episodes are available on streaming services and YouTube. Be the first to know about special announcements and get access to exclusive episodes or content. Also, 10% of Tier 3 will also be donated to a charity of our choice at the end of each year. So thank you in advance. Now back to the episode.
Welcome back. All right, so a topic that I wanted to discuss were 2 things from Shaq that I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay.
So the first thing is not even really a discussion for the first one, but Shaq, he did make a comment and he said right now he's taking SGA over Luka. And I know Luka is your guy. I know
Ooh,
Luka is your guy, so I had to
man.
bring it up to you. So I want you to tell me how you feel about that comment right there.
Well, Shaq just being racist. That's just what this is. He just being racist. He ain't fucking with the white boy. I'm sorry, let me watch my mouth. He ain't messing with the white boy. He mad. He winning at the black man game. I was playing. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. SGA's been having a wonderful season. He has been having an MVP season because if we were to put his numbers on someone like Steph, MVP season. If we were to put his numbers on a star, we would want to be saying that they're having an MVP season. Some people are saying he's having one. Very few are saying he's deserving of it. But I'm not upset that he would have him over Luka. I think where he has Luka beat is SGA plays more defense than Luka.
Yeah.
Um, and this is like the double-edged sword of it. Does he play more defense than Luka? Yes, but I don't think his defense is the most impactful on that team. I would get that to like Lou Dort.
Shit, you can throw Chet in there as well.
I'll throw Chet in there as well. So it's like if we're looking at the defenders on each of their team, Luka and SJ are probably both the third best, maybe the fourth best on each of their team. But on that side of the court, yeah, I'm taking SJ. But on offense, Luka just do stuff that you wouldn't even dream of.
Man, he's out this world, man. I think, like you said, I think it's a fair statement, especially I think with the excitement of SGA is the leap that he took last year. Like it was a
hmm
from the year season before that, but before the season we was questioning like, okay, can he
Yep.
continue playing at that level even? And he's playing even. I think he's playing better than the last season, in my opinion.
hmm
But when you look at Luca, like you said, Luka is different. He just don't have. He just needed like everything that we say about like Melo and James Harden. Like Luka just needs some defense.
hmm
He just needs to play defense. Um, but of course, the stats is better on the Luka side. I wanna I wanna know if there's like a stat out of the the amount of time, the percentage that they have the ball in their hand. I
It
wonder
sh
I
it
wonder if
should be.
I wonder if that's a stat out there. So just seeing like who's more ball. I think Luca is probably more ball dominant
hmm
than SGA. So when you look at that as well, it's like okay, Luca's supposed to have have better stats than SGA if he has the ball in his hand more. But then you just gotta honestly, stats don't even matter if your team is not winning or anything like that. Like you go out there and get 30, like Russell Westbrook, like triple double season. Like and I think
hmm
he finished seventh
Yep.
league that year. So I don't think the stats really matter, but just
hmm
how impactful that player is to the team. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna agree with Shaq.
Okay.
Agree with Shaq. So I'm gonna say I would take SGA right now at this moment from what we've seen in the season
hmm
over Luca right now. So
And I think to add to your point, even though I'm sticking with Luca, I think it's fair. If Russ can get MVP, being the sixth seed, averaging a triple double, getting bounced in the first round, SGA has a even fairer case to get
Mhm.
it. Because it's like right now I'm looking at his stats. Right now he's averaging 31, 5, and 6, shooting 54, almost 55% from the field. Um, and this season, Luca is uh shoot. Right now, Luca's averaging 33, 8, and 9. So they both have very good cases, but Luca does have the ball more than SGA. Um, but the fact that he has the ball more, but he's still splitting that time up with Kyrie Irving is actually pretty impressive.
yeah,
So, but I think it's fair. I wouldn't disagree with Shaq. That's his opinion, and I would respect it.
yeah, I think it's fair too. And I seen a comment, a viral post on Twitter, of course, but it's this person. He made a comment saying if SGA gets MVP this season, like the NBA is cooked. And when people say stuff like that, I hate it because it's like they're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like we I remember vividly, and I feel like all of these comments come from Bron fans.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I say this because I remember when we went to the finals in 8, 9, 10. And this is not even, of course, social media was kind of around. I think we was on MySpace at that time. I don't think I was on Twitter at during those times, but 8, 9, and 10, I remember like just going to school, talking to people in the county about basketball, everything. They was like, I'm just tired of seeing the Lakers go to the finals. We only went 3 times in a row.
Yep, that's it.
We only went 3 times. And then, but now everyone want to boost that LeBron went to the finals, 8
Mm-hmm.
times in a row. Like, so that's why I only said that because the comment that this person made, I just feel like he just want to see like the regular OGs, like it gotta be
Yep.
LeBron, it gotta be KD, it gotta be a Steph, it gotta be like one of those known
Mm-hmm.
top 5 players without even us seeing without us looking them playing the game like Steph, Bron, KD. You probably can coach you Jokic, Embiid, and maybe Tatum. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe Tatum, but they I don't think they want to see the league evolve past
And
KD. Like
and you know what also it is too, because I don't fully agree with it, but I think that it's a fair point in time. It's because he's not from the United States.
what was
No,
that?
SGA, like he's Canadian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're
he
right. You're right. You're right.
and it's I know it's was it xenophobic. That's the thing. I'm not gonna call nobody xenophobic, but I would say there is a bias to keep those accolades to American players.
I mean, but you can't. I mean, the last 6 years it's been an international player.
Yeah, Giannis twice, Joker twice, Embiid, and
Who won before Giannis?
that I think that was Harden.
Harden won. Yeah, yeah. I think Harden won before that. So the last 5. Yep. So like the last
Yeah.
5 years, but currently the race is all international players.
Hmm.
You can't
That's
have.
why I say if you give SGA stats to Bron, oh, he's MVP. He's 40 years old, averaging 31, 5, and 6. The mug's amazing. The man is amazing. But SGA doing it,
I'm tired.
y'all
I'm tired of
glazing.
hearing that too. Like, of course he's 39. I don't care. The man pays. Look, if I pay $1 million a year to
Hmm.
keep my body good, I better be in the league at 80. Like, come on now. Like, I mean, shout out to him. Like, shout out to him for being healthy. Like, that plays a part in your longevity. Like, just taking care of your body, eating right.
Hmm.
And he never had any major injuries. Like,
Like a season ender injury.
yeah, like he got stuff that he can come back like 6 weeks and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
shout out to him. But that comment, but if SGA do win MVP, I ain't mad at it.
Same thing if
I
Embiid
don't,
backs to back it.
I don't think he's gonna win, but I still got Embiid right now currently.
Hmm.
But going on to the second comment that Shaq threw out there, I forgot what podcast he was on when he said this, but pretty much they was talking about I don't know what the question was, but he was pretty much talking about how he's hard on players.
Hmm.
That's pretty much and him being hard on players is pretty much him showing love to them.
Yeah.
Him having respect for that specific player, and then he specifically named Dwight. He was like,
Yeah.
I was hard. I know sometimes he said it about AD before. Who else he called out? Probably I think it's like one other person or whatever. Oh, Zion.
Hmm.
Um, but
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell as well. But yeah, so pretty much Shaq, he said, he's hard on these players because he respect them. He see a lot of potential in them. How
Mm-hmm.
you how what's your response to that? Like, do you think he capping a little bit? You think that's just for TV, or you think that's how he is? Because
You
that
know,
beef between him and Dwight seemed real to me.
and that's why realistically, I'm gonna say that he's capping on this one, because usually when Shaq gives players constructive criticism or some tough love, I usually rock with him. Like when he gave Donovan Mitchell in the bubble, he was like, I didn't really see that dog, and I didn't really see it, I haven't seen it. And Spider was just like, all right, I've been hearing that since my rookie year. Oh well. But it's like, bro, don't just shrug it off because he's right. What have you done other than just score? You ain't done a damn thing. Like, even then, your scoring doesn't even outweigh what you do. It's not like you're scoring like KD or you're scoring like a Melo back in New York. Sometimes your 30-point games are still a 15-point loss.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your 40-point games are still an 8-point loss.
Yep.
So constructive criticism like that, I'm gonna rock with Shaq with. But this one, I don't believe it. I don't, because I genuinely think that Shaq didn't like that people was calling Dwight Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and that realistically he had
That's
a
Kenny
better.
fault.
It is Kenny fault.
Oh,
It is Kenny fault. And realistically, Dwight had a better career in Orlando than Shaq.
see, I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring that up.
He did. Dwight had a better look. Defensive Player of the Year every year he was there. All-Star every year he was there. Got them to the finals one time. Like, pretty good playoff team. He led the team in blocks, rebound. I think he led scoring, too.
I think he might have. I think it was in. If not, he was in definitely in the
Mhm.
the race.
Yeah, exactly. Because then he was talking about, like, I admire his game. He was more athletic than me, better footwork than me,
Jump higher.
jump higher than me. He had everything to be better than me, but I haven't seen it. That's the thing. He had it. He had it, and you didn't like it. Now you reneging like, oh no, I was just looking out for the brother. No, you won't. You was jealous. So I don't believe Shaq right now.
Mm-hmm. Me personally, I think it is a little hate in there. Like, I don't think Shaq would never admit it. I don't think Shaq would ever admit it, just because the era that he grew up in, and just what he's accomplished in the league, and him being stamped the most
Hmm.
dominant player center that ever played in the NBA. So I think, yeah, I think it is some a little hate in there especially when it comes to Dwight.
Hmm.
I think when Dwight got in the league, maybe not that first. When did Dwight get drafted? 04? It was. I think
I'm
it.
gonna check.
I think that was 04. Because LeBron.
I don't know why I'm saying '09 in my head.
Oh no! It was definitely before that. 09 is
Uh,
Reed.
yeah, it was '04. You're right. My bad.
Yeah,
I don't know why I was thinking '09. I was like, no, he ain't that young.
facts. No. 09 is not Kyrie. I forgot who. I think that's Blake Griffin.
Mm,
But yeah, like you saying, like the White was what, 3-time defensive player of the year?
yep.
Like, and he carried the Magic to the finals just like you.
Hmm.
Y'all both lost, but he do got a victory.
Yep.
He do got one victory over in Orlando. Um, and I think with the White at his peak,
Hmm.
we was kind of. I think it's a fair comparison when we was like he was dominant, like he's the next dominant center in the league, and especially when he went to the Lakers.
Yep.
When he went to the Lakers, I said, oh, Shaq probably going crazy right now.
Hmm.
I think he felt like the White was trying to follow his legacy,
Yep.
everything that he was doing. And then, of course, Lakers is known for the best big man
Hmm.
ever in the league. So especially when Dwight got over there, he like, nah, that ain't about to happen.
Yep.
But
But
I
that.
think, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. It's your
Um,
show.
no, it's our show. It's our show. But similar to what you're saying, when Shaq do critique certain players, I agree with it, but I also think Shaq be coming at it, and people may say we don't have credibility because we never played in the league or anything like that. But some stuff I'd be like, bro, I think you stuck in your era right now. Like the way you critiquing these players or telling them they need to do this and that, I don't think that's gonna work in today's game, Shaq. Like it's not gonna work. But yeah, Shaq be hating a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, to what you said, like, okay, I'm gonna say this first. When it comes to that mindset of I don't want nobody to be better than me, I go back to that moment where Bill Russell, rest in peace, he received some award and he was looking at Kareem, Shaq, like the legendary bigs who was still alive. He told everybody, I kick all y'all ass. And everybody laughed. And I'm like, no, he meant that.
No, he dead ass. He was dead ass when he sees it hit. Looking
Every
right
one
in
of
their
y'all.
face.
Yep. It's like, no, it's funny, but no, he meant that. He
Yeah.
believes he can beat every one of you all. And I kind of believe he can beat some of y'all too. But it's just one of those things where it is okay to give constructive criticism. I think that with Shaq's generation, it is hard for them to know how to say it because then, but it's also one of the things too with this generation of hoopers now, they don't want to be critiqued about nothing. So, like, let's just be real. They don't. They don't. Like, let me go on a little tangent. One time, I was playing intramural basketball, and we won the game to go to the championship game. But the one brother on my team, I told him, I said, bro, you taking dumb shots. He said, but we won though. That's not the point. You shot like 9 threes and only made one. And you acting like you did some great shit. No, you did. Like, bro, if we had not went on a run and they just did not score, we would have lost realistically. This was not a good game, but you don't want to be critiqued. That's your problem. I'm fine with being critiqued of like, hey, make the free throws, hustle harder, things like that. But I'm different. I'm just saying, like, I'm different because even if it is someone just chastising you, you can tell when someone's just hating. Personally, I think you can tell when someone's hating.
Facts.
But everything is hate, everything is glazing, everything is disrespectful. You undermining me. You can't even say, "Hey, I think your shoelace is tied." Man, I'm good. Okay, all right, trip and fall.
I think, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Just looking, um, just coaching is like kids. I don't know where they get it from. The mentality where they think they know the game.
Yeah.
Like it's cool that you can shoot. It's cool that you got a little pass, you got a little dribble. But if I ask you like some basketball questions, not no basic questions,
Yep.
would you be able to answer that?
Yep.
Not don't don't look at me crazy. Don't look at any of your coaches crazy when they try to critique you or tell you stop doing something on the court that you're doing. Like we're not saying that to embarrass you or anything like that or take away from your game. We're trying to help you.
Yep.
Help your game improve. So I don't know what these kids today gets. Well, we get into that, especially when we talk about Coach Gino. But yeah, we'll definitely get into that. But
Probably.
but on the other side, not necessarily on Shaq's like I'm trying to get a point of view when Shaq is critiquing these players. So kind of like us when we like coaching these players, like man, like we got to get out that mentality. We got to get out that mindset of if I was playing, this is what I was do. Like
Yeah.
we're not playing, so we got to get out that mindset of like, okay, it's not you on the court. You're not going to get back on the court. It's the players that's on the court. So you got to be able to help them improve their game so they can be successful.
Absolutely.
Successful. So it's like when you see stuff, it's like, damn, like I would have done this better, but okay, since it's a different style of basketball, they're playing at a faster tempo, they're playing at a slower tempo, so they're playing it's completely different from what I was playing. But then you gotta also just look at the individual player and be like, okay, I see your strength. You
Mm.
probably you probably better at me at this when I was at that age. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you gotta look at that too. So I think Shaq, I might have missed it, but I never see Shaq talk from like that point of view
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I understand this is a different time. So I understand this is why certain players is doing this. Every time I hear Shaq talk, he's like, I'm
Yep.
what he say?
I.
What
You
he
know,
say? He
barbecue chicken.
G4 classified or something.
G14 classified
14
information.
classified. Like he always say that, he got the cup now. He always throwing up the 4 rings. It's like we get it, Shaq. We
Yeah.
know you were that man. Like you still that man.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve all the praise in the world. But we're not talking about you no more, Shaq. We talking
Mm-hmm.
about today's players in today's game.
And that's my bad.
No, I'm good.
And that's where part of the disconnect is. You just talking about how you was the ish. You not talking about how to improve me. And I think that is on the older generation side because it's like you can't always, like you said, you got to get out of that mindset of when I was younger, well, if I could do this, um, all of that. So it's not you no more. Like you said, take yourself out of it. Because it's when coaching players, it's tough to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day I was telling my sister, this was like a few weeks ago. I said, Kylie, you should work on your post move. She was like, but I'm a shooting guard. I said, I know, but you're also tall. And sometimes you get in the paint because you crash the boards.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just what naturally you do. I said, but the best thing you got is your vision. I said, keep using that. That's not the best thing you got. I said, but that's one of your best weapons is you keep your head up. I said, that works just as well with scoring. So if you right there, yeah, you got so and so right there shooting a three, but if you got a mismatch on you, pound that thing and put it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like two is sometimes better than three.
Nice.
And she
Always
was
go for the
like,
easiest shot. You always
"E-
go for the easiest shot.
exactly. So that's why I'm telling her it's for those situations like that. Like, no, you're not gonna be on the block, give it here all the time. But for those moments where you got the ball and you right there, go ahead and put a little on them and lay it up. Or dribble out of it and drive back in, or dribble out of it and kick it back out. Now, I personally have done some of those things, like playing intramural and like rec league
Yeah.
basketball. But it was one of those things where I was proud that I wasn't speaking like this is what I was doing. I was just proud that I was speaking of this is what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was received better than if I was there her saying, "Man, I would have made that. I would have shot that," because they get enough of that. Players realistically get enough of that.
Now that's facts. And I try not to do that. I try not to do that, especially when it comes to like scoring ability. Because one, I know my strengths when I was playing in school. I could score, but when I was school, I was more of a facilitator. So I'm
Hmm.
not gonna go to a play and be like, man, why you ain't shoot that or do this and that. Um,
Hmm.
just knowing who I was as a player and knowing them as a who they are as a player, but I think we're learning now, and this is just I'm talking like coaches. I'm not talking Shaq right now, but just we're learning now of how we can bridge that gap, like
Yep.
be able to connect with this new generation of players because we was outside when he say outside, we was outside literally. Like we did not
Hmm.
come in the house until the sun came down. Like we was playing, we was always together playing basketball or whatever sport that you play. Like, if you lived in the trail park, we played football like every Sunday and stuff like that. Like kids,
Hmm.
they don't even play together. They don't even play ones no more. Like,
No.
oh, like y'all gotta get out and do something. But the
Hmm.
last thing I did want to talk about Shaq was he did make a comment after one of the Clippers game when they was interviewing Paul George. And
Hmm.
he had asked him like, I guess just asking him like what is the expectations for the rest of the season and stuff
Hmm.
like that. But he was like, and then Paul George was pretty much like, we can go as far as we want. And then after the interview was over, he was like, he would rather Paul George say we got the pieces to win a championship. It's like I get that. I mean, I get the dog mentality, but at the same time, it's like if he did say it and they don't win, what would you say?
Mhm.
You know, I don't think he thought about that. So if I just come out and be like, oh yeah, we got the pieces, we got the pieces to go to the finals and win.
Mhm.
Now, if they get bounced in the first round, what is your comments going to be after that? So it's like I get the mentality, but at the same time, it's like this is my answer right now. Like some people don't want to like. Of course, it's good to speak it into it, but some people just is realistic about it, humble about certain things. Like we looking good right now, but it's still some things we need to work on. But I think we can, as far as that we put our mind to. I thought that was a great answer, but
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't disagree with the
I,
answer.
but I guess it's a mentality thing. But I don't know.
You know, I think it's a mentality thing as well as I think Paul George answered that question honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta play. That's just it. We just gotta go out there and do what we gotta do. So I think he answered it perfectly realistic.
Yep. I did too. But moving, anything else on that topic?
No, that's all I got. Like, Shaq, stop hating on Dwight. It's okay that he was better than you. It's okay.
Be hating
For
on
for that time, it's okay that he was better than you.
big facts. And we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But I did want to bring up Coach Gino,
Hmm.
the coach of the women's UConn basketball team. I did want to bring up his comments about just the struggles of the NIL and the transfer portal.
Hmm.
And did you see that whole press conference?
I did not, but I know it's been like a trending topic.
Yeah, so pretty much they asked him about some of the challenges they having currently with the NIL and the transfer portal. He did say he's in a fortunate position because he built a great program in UConn. So if you come to UConn, you already at one of the top schools, so you're not looking to transfer anywhere else. Most players that come there do stay, 3 to 4 years. Um, but then there was this one quote he said that stuck out to me, and he said, "How do you coach in an environment where the players feel like they owe you nothing and you owe them everything?"
Everything.
I thought that was a
That's deep.
I thought that was a good quote. I thought it like I get it.
Hmm.
I get it. It's like I don't think NILs is messing up the NCAA, but I think it can have some negative
Hmm.
impact to it. Um, Not extreme though, because I'm all for the players getting their money.
Yeah.
I thought this was something that it should have happened years ago anyway, especially with the NCAA being $1 billion plus
Billion.
with the S, company. So, and you consider these kids amateurs, but you're making all this money off their likeness and their name
Yep.
and everything like that. So
Absolutely.
I think they deserve all the money. I think they deserve all the money that they can get. But at the same time, don't don't let that impact your path, like
Yeah.
your career path. Like he did make a statement in that interview that was like, no, you right. He was like, he gave an example of it was a St. John's player. I don't know who the player was, but uh let's just say you go to a school, you've been in that school for like 2 or 3 years. You been improving every single year, and then you become this national you candidate for a national player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And you decide that, okay, y'all can't really make me money over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to this school. I'm going to this school and make money. But now, but he, from his point of view, he was like, but what about the credit for the coaches? Like, if you didn't go to that program,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't work with that coaching staff, you wouldn't got to where you are today.
Yep.
So I get that point of view of it. So I don't want because I see it a lot in football. I haven't seen it a lot in basketball yet. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
probably just haven't been paying attention, but I do see it a lot in college football.
Yeah.
Players getting a transfer portal like it's nothing, like it's nothing. So I don't want the money to be your your purpose, your why.
Yep.
Like I don't want that to be your why. That just takes away from the passion that you have for the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's, well, me personally, I think that takes away from the passion of the game, because you're not playing for the game no more. You're just playing for
Yep.
the money.
Yep.
And if you're just playing for the money, and this is just college, so
Yeah.
after college is over, if you're not an elite player that you were, and you don't get drafted high, that money is gone after that.
Yep.
So it's like you still got to think about life after basketball and everything like that. Like,
Mm-hmm. Because they don't talk about how NILs is just for college.
right,
They think it's like no, like unless you make a deal where if they do an NCAA March Madness video game, okay, every time y'all use that, y'all see me, Jesus Christ hooping. When you see that Christ on the back of that jersey in my likeness, that's my check. Like it's tough. It's a tricky situation as well. So finances is just a whole conversation within itself,
yeah,
especially when it comes to NIL deals. But I'll say this. I have more of an issue with the transfer portal than the NILs because I believe that a lot of people see the transfer portal as a scapegoat of
hmm
like, oh, I'm not getting playing time. I'm better than all these dudes. Let me hop in the transfer portal. Or I'm better than her. I'm better than her. Let me hop in the transfer portal. And it's just like, and realistically, you can have a good year that year. That's why when that one young white lady went to LSU after she had a great season where she was, I'm just like, you just going there for the clout.
that's
You had a good team, you and you all can make another run, but you going just for the clout because of the fact that they won.
yep.
If they would have lost,
She
I
probably
don't know where she goes.
she probably went the hour.
She probably would have went to Iowa. Oh my God, her and Caitlin Clark and 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 that one other white girl, they the Powerpuff Girls now. Like
The Powerpuff.
I'm saying, just beating everybody ass. Like you seen the Powerpuff Girl, they don't hold back.
Nope, nope.
Lord have mercy, but. I have more of an issue with the transfer portal because not everyone can get an NIL deal, but everybody can hop in that transfer portal.
Yeah,
And
like you saying, like I think we forget. I do. I agree with you. I got a more problem with the transfer portal just because I think we missing the first part when we talking about student athlete. Like, imagine y'all now they making it acceptable
mhm,
for players to be able to go to 4 schools in 4 years
yep,
for a sport. For a sport, not even, not even for education. And these not even, and I'm not even talking about the top athletes. These are just players that thinking they can go to these programs for whatever reason.
mhm.
Don't be another Melo.
Yeah, don't be another Melo. Please
Don't be
don't.
another Melo. When you go to these different schools, you got to still think about the academic side as well.
Mhm.
Like, because uh once the graduation come and you see your name ain't listed in that lottery pick,
Mhm.
look at the TV and the second round is going along and they calling these names out. Everybody at your watch party starting to leave because it's getting late.
Yep. It ain't even late. They know it's just awkward. They just like, yeah.
You know, you had a great 4 years in all your colleges.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't want that to happen. So I think I have a bigger issue with transfer portal and everything because I'm not saying you need to be loyal to the college or anything like that. But if the staff is if it's a great staff and they're putting in all their energy and effort in making you the best player that you can be, as well as having a successful program and not a successful saying like they a national champion every year, but if they're going to March Madness
Mhm.
every single year, that's a successful program.
Yeah.
A successful program. You don't. This is not the NBA. You don't need the pressure is on the coaches in college,
Mhm.
and the NBA is the players.
Yep.
Like in college, you don't need to win a national championship
Nope.
to be considered a top 5 draft pick.
At all.
So you stay at the school that's that's best for you for your athletic abilities
Mhm.
as well as your academic abilities.
Mhm.
Don't go chasing the money. Don't go chasing clout. Like whatever deals that you was gonna have that you want that you're chasing, you gonna have it right there at that current school that you're at because you already put the work in. You already put the work in, so you don't have to go chasing for it now. So I don't know.
Mhm.
So
But no, I agree with everything you said, man.
it's do you think it's good in the long run?
It's too early to tell because for me, I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no. It's just we have, I want to say different cases. We got like Caitlin Clark. She's staying her length of time. She's been successful. She has NIL deals. She's doing good. Angela Reese, overrated. She's staying. She transferred because she wasn't getting a fair amount of playing time. And she was told that she would have a bigger role, which she does, and she's playing to what she's expected by them. Probably not maybe us, but still overrated. But
Crazy man.
but she earned her spot year before last on being in that program. So and she got NILs with deals with that, but that's a little more the controversial side, like especially from early in the season. But other than that, she has backed up her reasoning for transferring and having NIL. And then we got people like Amani Bates who just transferred to transfer. You was on a pretty decent team at Memphis, but you just wanted more buckets, so you went to a lower D1 team so you can get drafted higher.
And that never made sense to me. Like, why would you just so you get more playing time at a team that's has no chance of making it to March Madness or anything like that, but you just want to be that guy.
Hmm.
That's not gonna get you far. That's
It's
not
not.
far. Honestly, I hate being the guy. I ain't gonna cap. No, I'm not gonna cap to you. And this is not even with sports. This is with just life itself. When you the guy, that means all the responsibility come to you, all the pressure come to you. And y'all may say, "Oh, I'm built like that. I'm built like that." No, I'm tired of being depressed, my guy. It's too.
Hmm.
I'm tired, bro. Like I don't need all that to come to me. No, we about to dedicate this work.
Yep.
About to do this. I'm about to do this. I know my role. We both good, but we can be great together. I don't,
Yep.
I don't need to be the guy.
I would rather be the dirty work guy, realistically. Like I'd rather be freaking Dennis Rodman. I'd rather be Patrick Beverly, Drew Holiday, Andre Iguodala. Like I'd rather be them than be LeBron, than be Steph, than be Kobe, than be Mike.
Right. Because what you gonna say? You already know what to expect from us.
Yep.
We're not contributing a lot offensively, but you know what we're gonna do defensively.
Hmm.
You know we're gonna bring the energy to the team that spark that they need. And I'll be that guy
Yep.
any day. But I did skip Any more comments on that topic?
No, I'm done.
Cool. I did skip one. We go back to it, but and this don't have to be a long discussion, but Josh Giddey won't face any charges due to lack of evidence. I think we both knew that was going to happen. When the reports came out, said the parents, or just a mom, or I don't know if it's both parents or not, but that they are not cooperating with the police. They're not saying anything like that. So I kind of knew that the charge was getting dropped. One, did you expect it? And two, how do this or do it even impact the NBA or the Thunder franchise any?
I think it impacts the NBA more than the Thunder franchise. But this is how my brain has been seeing the situation. One, and I'll get like the emotional quote unquote part out the way. I don't like how, especially people like Malika Andrews, who hates black men. I'm gonna say that she does. How her, Stephen A, Kendrick Perkins, a lot of these prominent figures in sports have not been on Josh Giddey like they were with Ja with the gun, even though that was stupid, or how they were with other allegations to black men assaulting women. Y'all mentioned the Josh Giddey situation once and you never said shit about it again. And I find that highly disrespectful. Now, the more logical side of it is if there wasn't enough evidence, there wasn't enough evidence. And it's tough because the story kept getting kerfuffled of like, okay, he met her at this club. She had a fake ID. So he thought she was the age appropriate to be in the club. So if he did have sex with her, legally, is he wrong? Yes. But how am I supposed to know that? Like, let's just be real. Like, you and I have been to college parties.
Yeah.
How many women and men in there are not 21?
Like over 90% of them.
But it's like damn near the whole party.
Facts.
Like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, same thing for these clubs out here in LA, New York, Miami, whatever. People just get a way of getting in.
Mm-hmm.
So if he didn't know, he didn't know.
It's more privilege to. I'm not saying this about the girl, but I'm just saying this in general. There's pretty privilege as well. Like,
yep,
girls can get in, get into these places. Don't have to show ID.
Nope.
Don't have to be in dress code.
Nope.
Don't have to pay anything.
No, just look good. Come on in.
Look good as long as you, say hey, hug the security guard, be nice to them. You win the party.
Yep.
And then it's always and it's been a theme around here. Like, I don't know if it's like this around the globe, but when we was growing up, like, how the parties be like, men got to be 21, got to be 18 to get
18. Yeah.
Like, what? Like, what makes why the age difference? Like, why the age difference? So it's like, so you see stuff like that, but yeah, my fault for cutting.
Oh no, you
like,
good.
It's like that pretty privilege where females can get into pretty much they can do anything because they got that thing between their leg, boy.
No, don't let Joe be here because he gonna save her. Like, no, that is not true. That is not true. Oh man, fuck him. Let him know I said it too. Let him know I said it. That black bastard. That
I'm gonna clip this part and send it to him.
Good, thank you, God. Like, I just turn into Uncle Ruckus when I'm around him. I'm just like, Lord, where the white man? I need somebody to come get him. But back to what we was talking about. God, he make me mad. Sorry, but back to the part we was talking about. If there wasn't enough evidence, there wasn't enough evidence, and that's just that. So. And like I said before, the situation was muddied up anyway. There was no clear age of who she is. People were saying, like, and I found it out too, the age of consent is different in Australia versus here. So if this happened there and they were within that, that's not our jurisdiction because we're Americans. So we don't got nothing to say about that. So it's too many missing details in the situation. And I see some people saying that the NBA paid the girl off. I see some people saying, of course, like, white privilege. I just still think the only white privilege part is just the media not addressing it as much. But other than that, I can't be mad at the
Yeah,
fact that there's just not enough evidence. Like, there's not enough.
like you said, like the media not addressing, but just it being okay for him to say no comment to everything.
Hmm.
Because if it was a black athlete, y'all want him to give a goddamn I had a dream speech.
Speech. Yep. A whole speech.
Like if it was a black athlete, you want him to explain himself to the fully. Like
Hmm.
even if it's not much, you want that athlete to come out and say, I've heard of these allegations and blah blah blah. I know this girl. Well, I met this girl, but it was nothing as like y'all expecting it to be. And that's it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let my team, my lawyers handle it, and I won't comment on this from now on. Y'all want them to come out with this PR press,
Hmm.
but Giddey is allowed to be like no comment and go on by his day.
Yep.
Like, but go ahead, finish if you.
Oh no, that's just all I got. It's, hey man, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I just wish the media was as hard on him as they are black men.
Yeah,
But at the same time, some people are deserving of it. But it's just a situation where it's done now.
yeah,
It's done.
and I won't, because pretty much I was gonna say a lot of what you said, so I won't repeat everything. I do think, like you said, the privilege part, you can definitely see it. White privilege, pretty privilege, whatever you want to
Hmm.
call it, especially when he's allowed, all of these allegations are going on. Like my boy Kyrie just put up a link.
Yeah.
He put up a link, my guy. He just put a unlink. I ain't saying one word, and y'all took that and ran with it.
But oh, my bad.
No, I was gonna say like, and y'all making Draymond and all these other players go through these steps in order to get back with
Hmm.
the team. But when you have something as serious as SA and the R word, like you should take that seriously. Like
Yeah.
even if you do want the police to handle it, you want to, as a league, you want to step back and let them do their job before you jump in and do anything about it. When the allegation is as big like this,
Hmm.
how is he still allowed on the team? Like that,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying even kick him off the team until he's found guilty or whatever like that. But how is
Hmm.
he still allowed to travel with the team, play and everything like that with just chilling, like no pressure on him? You don't like excuse me. Um damn, I lost my train of thought. Joe in there talking some crazy
Oh, I hate him.
shit.
I
but
hate him.
but yeah, like he just the OKC allowed him to play all games ever since the allegations come out, but
Yep.
everybody else got to take a step back from the team.
Yeah.
So
But
why is it okay for him to still play with these allegations and it won't affect to the morale, the reputation of the team, the reputation of the league? But
mhm.
these other players, um, they did whatever they did, and y'all had all this to say about them.
Mhm.
They had to go through all types of jump ropes and all obstacles just to get back good.
Mhm.
The league with the fans and everything like that. Like,
And not even really Philly be back good. Like, because like things like that when they're on your record, they're on your record. Like, people don't care. Like if you were accused of it, for some people you did it. It doesn't matter if it got cleared or not, which is bullshit in my opinion.
yeah,
But I know what you said about Kyrie. One of those things with Kyrie is like I felt he also played a part in it too. Not necessarily posting the link, but when Kyrie, and at that time, because it was also him and Kanye, I said they're examples of someone who says too much and someone who says too little. Like, Kyrie, your response can't be, you just want social media beef, don't you? You just want clout, don't you? Because now you look defensive. And now that you look defensive, you look like you're not trying to actually answer the question, which means people are now going to speculate, oh, you got defensive, which means you agree with it. So,
I mean,
Kyrie, oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you. So with that incident and with Giddey,
Mm-hmm.
which one? What's the weight look like? Anti
Mm-hmm.
Matic
Yeah.
as or the R word. Well,
Oh, essay. You can say
it
essay.
wouldn't be the R word. It would be as
Essay.
so right. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
And yeah,
yeah.
and that's where it gets tricky too, because it's like, you look at the interviews, Josh Giddey was just like, um, I just don't personally want to answer the questions about the situation. I just want the legal matter to be handled, and then the team is going to handle it. Versus Kyrie, oh, so you a bitch ass nigga, right? And it's like, whoa, like,
I do want.
now,
Right, so this may be controversial, but I want to say, I do want to say with Kyrie, with like those differences, all right. I
mm,
want to say the only reason I feel like the NBA took action on Kyrie is because of a demographic that was outraged
yes, I
about
agree with
him
that. I agree with that.
versus Giddy, who it wasn't really no outrage, but we as a community was like, "I y'all got Ja out of here for
Hmm.
8 games last season, 25 this season. Kyrie had to do this and that. What y'all gonna do in this situation?"
Yep.
So when we trying to, when we outrage about this, and then it's like, nope, we're gonna sit back and let the police do whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
Why not let the police go? The police said nothing illegal happened with the job situation.
Yep.
So what's the difference? So I just feel like it was just more done because it was done to a certain demographic
Hmm.
than this case.
No, like, let's just be real. If you offend people who like the same sexuality, if you offend people who are Jewish, and if you offend women, oh yeah, your ass is grass. But you offend men, you offend black people, you offend the working class. Eh.
I did want to ask, like, well, what do this say about, and forget the rumors or whatever it's saying the NBA paid the girl off or whatever.
Hmm.
What did this say about just the parents as people?
Ooh.
Like, if this, like, if this was your child, like, you would want to take action.
Hmm.
Like, even because us, we gonna have, like, whether it's your brother, sister, or a close friend that you call brother, sister, we're gonna have they back regardless. Whether they do something wrong or whatever, we're gonna tell them, we're gonna correct them in private,
Hmm.
support them in public. But in this case right here, like, let's say your child was in the wrong.
Yep.
Let's say your child was in the wrong. Like, I feel like you still should be able to communicate that.
Yeah.
At the same time, let's just say your child is in the wrong, but Giddy um knew her age.
Hmm.
Why not speak out?
Yep.
That's your child.
Hmm.
Like, you just don't let this go. You just don't let this go by. Like, as a parent, and I can't speak for parents, but I know what I would want my parents to do.
Hmm.
I know what I would do if I had a child. Like, nah, that ain't right. It would never be right.
And yeah.
Like, and we already mentioned, like, a couple episodes ago with the consent ages over there, but we already figured out, like, if this was 2 years ago, she was a year behind that.
Yep.
So it's like the consent age doesn't even matter.
Nah, that's out the window now.
That's out the window.
Hmm.
And you should. And I'm sorry, this thing, we got to do something about this. Like,
Yeah.
you gonna do something about this, or I'm gonna do something about this, because you got this man with my underage daughter.
Hmm.
like, come on now. Like, I think that just says a lot about the parent, but it could be
Yeah,
two things. It could, going back to what you said, and this is all allegedly. What if the NBA did step in
yeah.
and you know put some stuff on the table for him?
I I
That
think if the NBA would have suspended him indefinitely, it would have looked a little different.
that's
But
that's
I also respect the fact that the team allowed it to be kept in house. So like, no, we're gonna solve this issue. I personally respect that because it's one of those things where, all right, we're not gonna let nobody go crazy with it. We're gonna keep it controlled so we can solve it. But I'll definitely dabble down, not double down, I will add on with that of yeah, the team, y'all can handle that and you can make sure he good. But as the league, oh yeah, until this case is done, he's suspended indefinitely.
that's and I that was that would be the right choice.
Yeah.
That would be the right choice. Any other allegation, they out.
Hmm.
As what's dude name Bridges?
Yeah.
Miles Bridges, like him, like that case, like he was all like it was like, yeah, nah, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah. It,
But I mean, he back now, but it's still punishment.
hmm
But
Like he's not fully free, like
right,
realistically.
yeah. But it's just weird, and just when I first heard that the parents are not speaking, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is really going on? And but that's
Hmm.
but that what makes it worse because it's like maybe she is lying. That's
Maybe.
and I don't want to be that person, but we know this shit happens.
Hmm.
Motherfuckers lie. They
They
lie. We
do.
don't, we don't know why people lie. It could be the simplest stuff. It could be the simplest
Hmm.
stuff. We don't know why people lie. But when you come out and said y'all not commenting on this, is like, all right, so it could be one or two things. Your daughter is lying, or y'all got some other stuff going on over
Yep.
there. But
Hmm.
at the same time, this is where your integrity got to come into play. This is where your
Yeah.
morals and all of that got to come into play. Like some people have sacrifice everything because they stand how you said, stand on business. Like
Hmm.
that's your child. No, protect your child.
Yep.
Come on now. You gotta comment on that.
Yeah. I agree.
That don't make no sense. But moving on from that, we're gonna move on to our last segment is regional teaching. And for this one, we goes to the Melo and the Jokic debate. So Melo on his podcast pretty much thinks that the Nuggets were being petty for giving Jokic number 15. Do you think he was reaching or teaching when he made this comment?
I'm gonna make it short and sweet.
Ultimate.
He was teaching. And I'm gonna say like this: he was teaching for one because he was basically done with them. He wanted to move on, and they didn't like that. Number two, this has not happened with majority of organizations with a very impactful player. Like after Giannis is done, ain't nobody touching 34. After LeBron retires, no one's touching 23 in Cleveland. Like, don't nobody even wear it right now.
They not.
Like, who else in the?
And like even
Mhm.
when he had because you gotta think, Melo was still in the league when Jokic got drafted.
Yep.
So when LeBron went to the Heat for the 4 years, all those drives that they was getting for those 4 years, somebody
Mhm.
could have picked up 21, 23.
Yep.
And then, like, of course, if when he came back, just give it back. But no one touched it.
No one touched it. So I think he's teaching, and I think he has a right not to be happy about it.
I agree. I think from a player's point of view, he was teaching because like Melo was a big like it's big for that franchise. Like I
Hmm.
think the first name, of course, not if we just take out Jokic because he's just done a lot since then. But Melo
Yeah.
would be the first name that come to mind when you think of the Denver Nuggets,
Hmm.
and
I
then
agree.
maybe like because I think they retired Matumo's jersey, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Him and Fat Lever.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. So once again, outside of Melo, Melo is, I would say, the greatest Nugget before before Jokic got into the league. But I think he was teaching because they left off on bitter terms.
Mm-hmm.
I think reports show reports say he forced his way out. But in one of his interviews, he said he really didn't want to go.
Yeah.
The only reason he left because the Nuggets organization wanted to start rebuilding. And
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't there for that. He rather build on what the team has, because they had just in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
So what was the reason for rebuilding? Why not just stack on what we got, make moves, make trades,
Mm-hmm.
good in the draft, and everything of that nature? But he was like, he's not there for that. So that's the reason he went to the Knicks. So
Yep.
I feel like, and like you said, with a player like Melo, what he done for that franchise right away, like coming in, carrying y'all to the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs right away from his rookie year. Like when you have an impactful player like that, it don't matter. It don't matter like what terms. It don't matter what terms you leave on, especially when you haven't your whole franchise. You haven't won a championship to that point.
Yep.
So it's like when you have a player like that, you gotta respect him. Like you gotta honor him in some
Mm-hmm.
way. So Jokic got drafted 14,
Yep.
2014. So like 3 years later. So yeah, so like I say it was petty. I say it was petty on the Nuggets. I mean, some people may say like, of course we didn't know Jokic was gonna be this
Mm-hmm.
and that. But why would you give and that's the thing too. Why would you give 15 to somebody that ain't worthy
Yep.
of wearing 15? Like it's kind of like Seminoles, that high school in Chicago, how
Mm-hmm.
after the guy that passed away, what's his name? Ben Wilson. I think it was Ben Wilson. It's like
Yeah, let's say it ain't Ben Carson.
Ben Wilson, the one that he died in the 80s, but
Mm-hmm.
that's like Rose wore his number after that.
Yep.
That's what his number.
Was it 25?
Yeah, 25. Who else was it? Somebody else was on. Was it Parker? It might be Jabari Parker. I
I'm
think.
guessing.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
think
stick with
Parker.
that.
Yeah, but like similar to that, like he was a key player for their team. So anybody that wears that number has to be him.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, if you didn't expect this person to be, of course we couldn't foresee the future. We didn't know he was gonna be a two-time MVP. We didn't know he was gonna be an NBA champion. But
Mm-hmm.
you drafted him second round during a commercial, so it's like, why would you give 15 to a nobody at that
Mm-hmm.
time? So I think I agree with Melo from a player's point of view. I think he was teaching, and the Nuggets just hated that Melo left them, and they bitter. Well, not no more, but
Mm-hmm.
at that time, it was bitter. And he went to New York, and was that's probably the best Melo we've seen over there, outside like the later years of
Yep.
the Nuggets, probably like the last 3 years of Nuggets. But the Knicks, yeah, yeah, he was him.
Yeah.
That was a conversation too on Gil's Arena. It was like, okay, we know he ain't getting his jersey retired in Denver, but should
No.
the Knicks retire his jersey?
Oh, they will. I believe they will.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go again.
Oh, you heard?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no more. I'm not gonna say no more.
just get an attitude every time.
He ain't never happy. You know what?
Oh man, but yeah, Melo was teaching. Nuggets is petty, but they cool now, so they got their ring. They found that franchise player that's gonna stay with them probably until he retire. So I think they're good to go now. But at that time, yes, the Nuggets was being petty. Nuggets was being petty. But that's all I've had for this episode. You got anything else?
Next time we gotta talk about the Jerry Krause stuff that was going on and Jordan and Pippen not showing up. We gotta talk about that next time.
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna go rewatch Last Dance and all that. Definitely. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that. Yeah, I got a few comments about that.
Same.
Comment about that.
But that's all I got for the episode.
Cool. But yeah, that's all we got for this episode. Once again, we appreciate shout out to the blurred images too.
Yes.
We had a live with him the other day with last week. It was a good conversation. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him, follow what he got going on, and we always appreciate our supporters. Always appreciate the feedback that we get, the comments that we get on our posts, the answers we get when we post the questions on our story. Always appreciate the interaction. But with that, oh yeah, go ahead. Shout out your sponsors and everything.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to my sponsors at Charlotte Clothing. That's CHALE Clothing. Go check them out. Great merch. And also go check out my other sponsor at Katana Creations. That's Katana_Creations with a K. He does anime embroidery work. So if you're into that, go ahead and check him out. He also does take requests for other stuff too. So hit him up.
Yep. And if you haven't already, Unfiltered Brothers is on Patreon. It is on Patreon. There are 3 tiers for it. Just a regular. The first tier is 3. Second one is 5. Third one is 10. Of course, it's different. Different stuff that you get at the different tiers. But any support is good support. We all appreciate any of it. But we are coming back soon. Don't think we quit or nothing like that. It ain't it. We just getting some things. We changing some things around for the new year.
It was Joe's fault. Just say it. It's okay. Just say it. It was
changing
Joe's fault.
things around for the new year, making sure we come back bigger and better. We just trying to improve always. So yeah, y'all check out Patreon. Like episodes like this, it will be released a day. Like the audio and the video is always released a day before on Patreon before it's released on the streaming platforms as well as YouTube. So you have early access to these episodes, and we are planning on dropping an extra episode for Unfiltered Brothers when we get things start back going. Extra episode a month on Patreon exclusively. So y'all stay tuned for that. But with that, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and we out here.